What's going on, everybody? Doc, Average Gamer Guys, back yet again. More Escape from Tarkov action. And the wipe is inbound. All but pretty much confirmed today with an increase in raiders. So raiders have replaced scavs if you're not up to date. And a newspaper article post on the official Battlestate Games Twitter, which talks about a fresh start, a fresh slate, and wipe's on its way. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some thoughts and some comments on the events leading up to the wipe and patch 12.11. In addition to that, if you are newer, stay around towards the mid part of the video where we're going to talk about, I'm just going to give 5 simple tips for kind of wipe, pre-wipe, and post-wipe success. Things that have helped me and the couple of wipes that I've been through to really, 1, enjoy the game, 2, prep for some things that I've probably forgot about, and really just get ready for what the next couple of weeks of this game is going to look like. So hopefully those tips are helpful for you. If you end up enjoying the video, like, comment, subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. In addition to that, we're going to be streaming quite a bit after wipe happens. And typically our schedule is Friday and Saturday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time over on Twitch. That link is in the description. We've been posting on Twitter, trying to stay up to date with the news. In addition to our Discord, got a growing community over there, and we're posting whenever we go live, videos, any news we get. So it's a fun time for Tarkov right now, and we would really enjoy you being a part of that community. So with that, let's jump into it. So first things I got to talk about here, and I'm going to shift over to the post. This is the post basically confirming the wipe. Bakesy got the translation, did translation. This basically talks about, as you can see here, a fresh start. The UN is deeply concerned about the growing tensions in the area. G30 government basically telling everybody, sit down, talk it out, and clean slate of dialogue. So that's as much as we need as a confirmation, in my opinion, that with 12.11 is going to be a wipe. I think we saw a lot of other indicators coming up to this point. And I'll be honest, I was on the fence. The first couple of events, I didn't post obviously anything publicly. Talked about it a lot on our Twitch channel when we were streaming, that as the thing started to grow, it seemed more and more like we were pushing towards a pre-wipe event. But I got to give Battlestate Games a huge tip of the cap. This was the smartest marketing scheme to get player base back into the game, especially in prep for patch 12.11. Now, patch 12.11 would have brought its own set of people back because they would have been excited about the new content. A ton of people would have been coming back in to check it out. The events that they did to lead up to this, and the fact that they said, hey, we're not going to wipe, we're basically not going to tell you when the wipe is, was really smart because people didn't really know. Again, I was under the impression, and I still think this is the case, that they are testing a lot of these things for features that we're going to see throughout next wipe, until the next large patch, right? Things like all of the bosses being on reserve. That's a fantastic weekend event, right? Labs being free. Another fantastic weekend event. Gives the folks that maybe don't play the game a whole lot or all the time, all day, gives those folks a chance to go experience a fun challenge, mix up their gameplay, maybe get out with some really good gear, go into labs, maybe if you don't have a ton of money. So all of that stuff I think was really good tests on their end. 1, to bring player base back in. So I expect that we'll see some of these lore-based events as we go through the next wipe, which will be really cool. And other things that they're going to do with the economy and the market and just how they're going to kind of play the background and make the game what they want it to be, but also mix things up so it keeps everybody on their toes. So huge tip of my cap to Battlestate Games. Really smart. And then to follow it up with a wipe and then the patch, the player base is just going to be absolutely awesome to start this wipe. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully you are. I don't know if you're on Team Wipe or Team No Wipe. Some people are, some people aren't. I certainly am ready. I'm ready to have some tasks, have some things to do. And but again, you've got to appreciate the way that they went about it. Now, obviously, some people are going to comment down below and say, I just wish I knew when the wipe was going to be. I understand that. The cool thing about all of these events up to this point is people have been spending their money like it was going to be a wipe. Now, a lot of people probably thought it was. Some people were like, no, they haven't said that they're going to do it. Wherever you were, you probably still spent some money, got some gear, fought some raiders, went into labs, took some of your better gear in, and that really sparked the economy and changed some things up. So it's been an absolute blast. whole ton of fun. Hopefully you've really been able to enjoy it. You can still enjoy all of these events up until 12.11 too. So raiders are everywhere. That's the other thing that's a big key indicator to me that wipe is coming. The last pre-wipe we saw, that was one of the big parts of the pre-wipe event, in addition to obviously the traders becoming really cheap, which is not there yet. But raiders being on every map, replacing the scavs, is a big indicator, at least to me, that, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's coming. So hats off to BSG. And I'm ready. I'm ready for 12.11. We've got some absolutely awesome stuff on its way. I'm really, really excited about that. And like new features, the factory expansion, the new boss. We're going to have a ton of stuff to explore. It just scav karma. This is going to be great. This wipe is going to be great. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat. So hats off to BSG. That's my comments. Let's talk about my tips, because I don't want this video to be too long. I've got 5 tips. Some of them are going to be kind of cheesy. If you've been through a wipe before, you probably do this stuff already. But if you haven't, if this is your first one, hopefully you find these helpful. The first one I'm going to say is know how to make money. Okay? Now that seems like a really stupid tip, especially if you're like, well, I just got the game, or I've only been playing a couple of weeks and all these events are going on. You have to have a way or know a way to make money. That's going to do a couple of things. One, that's going to help you remove your gear fear if you have it. And anybody that joins this game says, I don't have any gear fear, I don't care about any of this stuff. If you've actually played this game for more than like 5 minutes, you have gear fear at the start, right? Because you're going to go into raids, you're going to get absolutely slapped on, and you're going to lose your stuff. Scavs are going to kill you, bosses are going to kill you, other players are going to kill you because they know the map's better. Even if they don't have better gear, they're still going to kill you because they know the map's better. So you have gear fear. So having a way to make money takes that stress of that away, right? In addition, obviously money is the prime factor in advancing a lot of your gameplay. Get to level 10, open up the flea market. Be able to buy things to upgrade your hideout. Obviously be able to buy better gear. That goes without saying. So I think it's important. So have a way to make money. It's going to be a little bit difficult now, but there's some research that you can do. And there's some maps. Just go and play some maps right now just to get comfortable with them. Get to understand them a little bit better. Get to understand the angles. Get to understand the scav spawns. Get to understand the PMC spawns. There are maps that are relatively avoided for making money. I am a big believer in that you can make money on every map. We don't know what the factory expansion exactly is going to hold. That's one probably with the least amount of loot. Outside of that, and pending what the factory expansion brings, every map, in my opinion, you can go in. If you have a route, if you know the map, you can make money on it. Outside of killing PMCs and getting some super good gear, understanding where hidden stashes are, understanding where good loot spawns are for things like tech items, barter items, weapon attachments. A lot of things that are going to be really expensive at the start of a wipe, you can find in a lot of places. Interchange is a very common one. That's one that I would recommend. You can hit the hidden stashes on customs, in and out pretty quick, 10-15 minute raid. You can go to Woods. Woods has a ton of good loot now. Food spawns. Things that are just going to be absolutely outrageously expensive because everybody needs them at the start of a wipe is a great way to make some money. So tip number 1, find a way to make money. Tip 2 and 3 I'm going to put together because I think these are important and I think they can help you with tip number 1. Prep for your tasks. So understand what early tasks are, especially tasks like level 0 to 15. The stuff that everybody's really going to be hunting for. Know what to look for. Know what you need to shove up your butt. Get out in your container, whether it be an alpha or a gamma. Know what to hide away. That's going to be really helpful for your tasks. Now, a lot of that stuff has to be FIR, so just be prepped for that. But also, tip number 3 for me is prep for your hideout upgrades. There's a lot you can do with the early hideout that's going to move you very quickly through those first set of tasks. If you find the right barter items, if you upgrade your hideout appropriately, and again, that's going to help you kind of break through that barrier, get that consistent cash flow going, and I think it's going to be really, really beneficial. In addition to that, like I said, there are a ton of things at the beginning of a wipe that everybody needs that are going to be really, really helpful, and you can get to, once you get to level 10, you can sell in the flea for just an outrageous amount of money. I have the Battlestate Games official Escape from Tarkov. It's not Battlestate Games. It's the official Escape from Tarkov wiki. Like, seriously, if you've never been here and you're trying to figure out, like, what do I do? Doc, you're an idiot. I just got this game. I don't know. All of these tips might be great, but I don't know where to go. This is the place to go. Go here. It has every piece of information that you could need. It's updated constantly. They'll update it with the patch notes as people find things. The wiki gets updated, right? So with the patch, we may have some changes to some early or later game tasks, for instance. Maybe different requirements. The wiki is going to just get all of that information and package it up for you really nicely. So I got to give a big plug to them. escapefromtarkov.fandom.com/wiki. Go there. You won't be disappointed. So, like I said, prep for your tasks, prep for your hideout upgrades. I think those two things, if you do that, if you understand what you need early, where to go to get it, what keys to grab and prioritize, and then again, what items, I think you're going to have a lot of success as you move through the beginning, the first couple of weeks, even couple of months of the wipe. And again, that's going to help you with tip number one, which is a way to make money. I'm going to tell you right now that if you prep for your hideout and you pick up things that I have showing here, this top line, you're going to be in a lot of success. This stuff sells for an absolutely incredible amount of money at the beginning of the wipe because people like me like to go and upgrade my hideout. I'm a huge proponent. Upgrade your hideout as fast as you can because you get all of the long-term benefits, right? So I'm going to prioritize things like bolts and screw nuts, corrugated hose, because I know I need those, really important for upgrades. And I'm going to prioritize those so that I can use them in the hideout, so that I can get that hideout rolling. And you can capitalize off of people like me if you also go and get that stuff and need a way to make some good cash flow. Interchange, like I said, I've got an interchange run we did for the hideout, for the hardcore series, that was huge in my hideout progression. And it was really consistent. I got a lot of survives in a row on very minimal gear, and it was just an absolute blast. Tool chests, tool kits, ground stashes, all of that stuff is huge in the ability to find some really good gear, but also some of the stuff that, again, can sell for an incredible amount of money. And like I said, everybody is going to need this stuff. They're going to be hunting it, and you can always sell it, and sell it for really good price. I'm going to say this too, especially if you don't have like the Edge of Darkness or an upgraded account, you need to really keep your eye out for ratchet wrenches. I anticipate this item being god-awful expensive at the start. And the reason for this is you need it for your water collector level 3, need 1, and then you need it for your stash upgrade. Your final stash upgrade, you need 2. In my opinion, these are extremely hard to find. Now, we've searched. If you're a fan of the channel, you know we've got the hardcore series. We've been searching and searching. In all of the loot runs that I've done on Interchange, I have found one of these. Right now, there's probably some other good spots. I'm like praying that maybe Factory has like a semi-consistent spawn for this because it is so hard to find. But Ratchet Wrench, find it if you can get it out. One, you're probably going to need it for your hideout. But 2, if you get it out FIR, you find more than one, I think these are going to sell for a lot of money. That's just my personal opinion. The other cool part about prepping for your hideout, prepping for your tasks, is going to be that there are certain things at the beginning of the wipe that are really cheap because people can't use them yet. So I have water filters and graphics cards. Now, graphics cards are always going to sell really well, but I will tell you they sell extremely cheap comparatively at the beginning of a wipe, comparatively to what they do at the end or at the mid part. Because at that point, it takes a long time for people to get their Bitcoins going. It takes a long time for people to get their Bitcoin farms going. We don't know what that's going to look like with some of the changes that they made. But I really think if you want and you have really good cash flow, picking up water filters for cheap when you're going to run your water collector, picking up graphics cards for cheap if you can. You obviously need a handful of these for some tasks, so it's good to obviously go and search for some yourself. These things are really smart buys at the beginning and can save you a lot of rubles on the back end. Now, again, if you're pushing for like hideout upgrades, you probably don't have the money to do that. But if you're not necessarily doing that, but you think you'll do it at some point, it's really smart to maybe think about picking some of that stuff up. Again, especially early wipe when it's really cheap. That's just kind of a side tip. Tip number 4 for me is going to be have a goal. Figure out what you want to do. Do you want to go into your hideout like me and push your hideout really fast? I know I will. Like I said, I think the benefits of getting this thing upgraded getting the ability to get the scav case and have that passive items coming in. Obviously, getting your Bitcoin farm done is a huge way to make money in the long run, right? Even water collector into your boost generator. There's a lot that you can do, especially with an upgraded hideout, that I think is really, really beneficial. But it's important to have a goal at the start of a wipe, because there's so much content, there's so much stuff to do. You've got all these tasks. You got, the fresh gameplay of everybody starting with, base level 1 kits. We're going to have, again, the factory expansion, a new boss, areas to explore, scav karma. Like, I think it's just important to have a goal, know what you want to do, and stick to that goal. And they can certainly change. Your goal might be make 100 million rubles this way. Cool. That's a really long-term goal, but you can work towards that. Your goal may be learn a map or two and have just a better survival rate. Awesome. That's a great goal. Goal, like most, might be get to Kappa. Complete your tasks and get to Kappa. Whatever it ends up being, I think if you have a goal, that's going to make this game, 1, give you a little bit more purpose and direction. 2, hopefully you have a goal that you can support by going into raids even if you die. That's the nice part about tasks for me, is even if you die and you get some quest progression inside of that raid, you don't feel like you've wasted time, which can be a feeling a lot of people get with this game. They can kill 3 PMCs, kill a boss, get a whole bunch of loot, and then die 5 minutes from the extract, and they're like, well, I just wasted 40 minutes of my life. Tasks are a good way to avoid that. Being able to put things and secure things for your hideout, even if you die in your container, is a great way to avoid that, because at least you've made some progression. So have a goal, try to stick to it, and enjoy that. And then lastly, but certainly not least, the super cheesy tip is just have fun. Post-wipe, for the first couple of weeks, in my opinion, is one of the most fun times of this game, because you're going to, inevitably, you're going to get into a fight with another PMC that's really low level. You guys have like base AKs, because you've gotten killed a couple of times, and you're just going to dump mags at each other, and you're going to whiff a bunch, you're going to both get hurt, you're going to be limping around, you're going to be desperately trying to reload, and one of you is going to kill the other one. And you're going to laugh, right? If you're on the receiving end of the death, you're probably going to sit there and laugh after you've pounded your desk because you died, and just realize that everybody starts from scratch, right? Everybody's low skills, low gear, and provides really cool opportunities if you end up killing a boss, if you end up killing some raiders, maybe on reserve, to pick up some really cool gear that you're like can get excited about. Again, hideout upgrade items can get exciting again when you find them in raid. So that for me is part of the reason. Have some fun. But I think this wipe, whatever side of the fence you are, maybe you didn't quite get your goals done from this previous wipe, I think this is a great time to enjoy the game. Player base is huge right now. Everybody's back in. So I think it provides a really good opportunity for everybody to have a lot of fun. And just remember, at the end of the day, this is a game. Play it how you want and enjoy it. Because if you're not enjoying it, and if you're out here grinding and you're like, screw these tasks, I hate doing these, don't do them. Play the game how you want. Get to level 10, get to the flea market, buy whatever you want. You know what I mean? Sit in a bush if you want to. I wouldn't recommend exit camping because that's But like, if that's what you're gonna do it. If you have fun doing it, do it. And I think a fresh wipe is a great way to get prepped for that and bring people back and kind of revitalize everybody into the game. So hopefully you're excited about it like I am. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you enjoyed some of the tips below, please leave a comment. We do appreciate all the support. We're going to have a ton of content that we're going to roll out for the wipe for 12.11, like Hardcore Series Season 2. I'm thinking about another series that I'm really excited about. And we'll test out, again, some of the new guns and some of those other things that I think we'll be getting with 12.11. Scav Karma, there's a whole bunch of stuff to dive into with 12.11. So I'm really excited about it. Stay tuned to the channel if you're an Escape from Tarkov fan. And we'll be sure to pump out a bunch of content for you. And get ready to enjoy it. With that, I'll wrap it up. Doc, Average Gamer Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in 12.11. Peace.